Hello, Gateway Volunteer Team. It is so nice to be with you today. It is absolutely gorgeous outside, and I hope you are getting some time with your family or friends and just having a little bit more of a restorative weekend. I wanted to do a little video to thank you for your participation in our program, and also giving you, I also want to give you a heads up of what is to come in the next couple months, which is just going to be so much fun. So let me first start. I've kind of got some notes written down. I just want to thank y'all for just being. Thank you for the time you took to get engaged in our program, all the papers that you filled out, all the times, we've talked, filling out the surveys each month. That's a lot. That's a lot to ask. Even like before you even volunteer, that's a lot that you've already done. And thank you for keeping Gateway, its people, its programs, its mission on your heart and on your minds, especially in a time when there's a lot going on. And so I know that every single person on that list I could reach out to, or the volunteer team could reach out to, and you would be there as much as you could or as you were able. And just to know that we're not alone and we have that support is, it's everything. And so I know sometimes maybe if you feel like you're not doing enough or you're not engaging enough, I just want to tell you, we never think that. I never think that. The volunteer team never thinks that. We know that you and everyone else is doing the best you can with what you have at all times. And those times when you're able to give a little more and be a part of what we're doing, it's huge, and it does not go unnoticed, and it makes a big impact. And what we're doing right now it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Gateway's been around for 37 years. And in the last 2 years, this is the first time we've ever had a volunteer program. And so, we're figuring it out, you're figuring it out, and we are building a foundation that the people that come after us will be able to build on. And the amount of resources and opportunities and connections and change that's going to happen in our community because you all got involved, we'll never know the impact of that. So just know that you just being a part of what we're doing is huge. And so if you ever start to feel guilt, that's not coming from me or what we do here. That can be a sign that you need to set a boundary with us, and you just don't have the capacity, and we honor that. We honor volunteers that know when to give and when give to us and when to give to yourself. And so we honor that just as much as you participating in an event. The guilt may also be a little nudge that maybe you do need to get involved and you do need to take that next step. But that's not for me to decide. That's for you to decide. And we honor whatever you choose, whenever you choose that. And we truly mean it. So let's look. Also attached with this video, you got like a little picture, and that picture shows you about 4 different ways that you can engage in the month of April. So many cool opportunities, all different ways. So, whatever works best with your time and your abilities, what you're inspired to do. My suggestion to you is if you do have some capacity in April, take that next step. Just take that next step. Even if you're like, well, I can't commit to this forever, or I don't know if I can ever help with this again. That's fine. Just take the next step. When you get to know our Gateway people and really get to know people in recovery, you are going to absolutely fall in love, and you're not going to be able to get enough. A lot of people ask our staff, like, how do you do the work that you do? Because we get to work with the people that we work with. And they are so inspiring to work alongside every day. And, you get to be a part of their journey and a part of their support system. And you get support from them too, and see the world in a way maybe that you haven't seen it before. Or maybe that you see it the exact same way and you didn't realize you had that much in common. So this this month is a really great way to find a way to get involved. Also with that picture, you'll see the survey, the monthly survey, and it's very brief, but those surveys give you a lot of information and they help you stay in the loop and know the next steps and communicate with us. And so that is just the very best thing you can do each month is really engage in that survey, and it'll tell you everything that we know. You'll know it. I just want to give some shout outs this month. Man, the spiritual support team, I had no idea the impact that was going to make on me, like with the staff. I mean, I put that link on my desktop, and there are some days that I get really, I'm not going to say overwhelmed, but just where whatever is happening is a lot bigger than what I have the capacity to manage. And I know I can click on that link and ask you all on the spiritual support team to pray for me, to pray for my colleagues who are, having surgeries done or having, needing some extra support. And every time I do that, and I know that there are 30 people that are going to be thinking about that and lifting that up and, putting that in the universe, I just breathe a little easier. And that's just me. And it's such a gift for me to give to my staff that I know are having burdens, and I can say, have you shared that with the spiritual support team? And they're like, oh yeah, I definitely want to do that. And that gives them relief. So thank you to everyone on that team. It's made a big difference for a lot of us. I want to say thank you to all the volunteers that were able to jump on the Raw Connection call and listen to John Garland, who does the community service team, helps with that. It's just so incredible to have our volunteers show up on that call and hold space for the people in recovery that are sharing their story and, wanting to learn, wanting to support. There's just nothing better than feeling that somebody cares about the work that you've been doing. So thank you for you who were able to join the call. And for those I know that are busy but wanted to, all of you all will have the chance to watch the replay. I will be sending that to you in your email. So I really encourage you to watch that, especially if you don't know John Garland, especially if you don't know much about the community service team. There is going to be nobody better that speaks from the heart and talks about why that is so important. So that would be a great way to connect, is to rewatch that, and that'll be sent out soon. I want to say thank you to Katya. She's really supported the community service team and Sober Sports in making flyers. I know that seems like, oh, make a flyer, but that is a lot of work, and it's a lot of extra work. And it is just it just takes the burden off. And I know we have a lot of other people on the creative crew that are wanting to do that. And so we're going to be connecting with you all soon to help, because we really do need help with that. And I jumped on Facebook and I saw Deanna and I saw Misty, and they were helping with World's Haven, doing a cleanup. And I know World's Haven's got a yard sale coming up. And those are just the things I know about. I mean, we were able to pay a bill for a utility bill for a patient who's recovering from surgery. So her gas and electric didn't get turned off, because I've had volunteers that just say, hey, take this and keep it safe until somebody needs it, and use it to help one of the patients. And so I got to do that yesterday. And I got to tell her, this isn't a handout. You're doing exactly what you need to do. And most of us have had safety nets all of our life. I say most of us, I know I have, that when I got in a tough spot, I had somebody that I could go to that helped take the pressure off so that I could keep moving forward and not get stuck and not fall back. And because of one of our volunteers and another, a local church, we were able to help her from getting stuck. And she said, you know what she said? She was just like, I am so grateful, and please let me know what I can do to help. What can I do to give back? Like you guys have given to me. And I said, sister, heal, rest, recuperate, and then call me and we will get you on the volunteer team. And she was just so grateful. So I love how we're always helping and receiving help all at the same time. And everybody can be a part of that process. Let me think one more thing here. Oh, just reiterating, you taking that next step, you showing up to maybe one of the events mentioned in the survey or on that picture. Maybe you show up for an hour and maybe feel like, well, I didn't really do anything. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because think of how packed everyone's schedules are. Think of how many things there are to do all the time. So nowadays, when you are showing up for something, it is saying this is a priority, this matters above all other things that are important. And especially for people in recovery that are dipping their toe in sobriety and leading in a positive direction and trying to get other people in a positive direction. Well, if no one's noticing that, if no one's coming alongside that, that's a lot of work. And there's only so much effort people can give and put out there and ask and inspire before they're like, you know what? If nobody's coming around me on this and nobody seems to care, then what's the point? And we do not want our gateway patients to say, what is the point of sobriety? We do not want that. We want them to be so excited and inspired and supported and like, look at everybody that keeps showing up for me. I'm like getting teary-eyed thinking about it because it is just the difference between somebody quitting and somebody showing up the next day. And the quality of people that we have that are getting into recovery, trust me, you want them in your community. You want them serving on your boards. You want them working with your kids. They are connected to what really matters. And you want them to know that they have a place here. And so we've got to show up for them. In the same time, again, we have to notice our own capacity, our own limitations, and know that we can't do everything. So I hold both of those truths equal. I say them both at the same time. Show up for others and show up for yourself. Felt like I needed to share that. Thank you for listening. Last part. We are so excited to finally be doing our first volunteer event. There are over 60 volunteers, and you don't know that because you don't see that, but we see that. And on May 1st in Seminole, we are all going to get to be together. I would love to see 60 of us in our blue shirts showing up for Sober Sports and the event that they are doing, putting on this volleyball tournament. We are going to be welcoming people and sanitizing and working as line judges and, just laughing and joking and cheering and maybe even playing along with people. And, people from the Seminole community or Shawnee community, they're going to look around and go, oh my gosh, look at all these people that showed up. And they're going to go, this must be important. If this many people are showing up, then this must be important. And maybe we need to show up too. And so we are going to send out a link to what's called Sign Up Genius Monday or Tuesday. And what's great is you're going to say, well, how can I help? Go to that link. It's going to have a list of a million things of how you can help. Whether before the tournament, we're going to need some help, and all hands on deck that day. So I really, really hope you'll participate in that. That will not only be a blessing for the community, for Sober Sports. Hey, the community service team is going to be working concession, and the surrounding community, but it is going to blow your mind. And you are going to see that what we are doing, one, is not being done anywhere. And two, it is about to bust open new doors, new opportunities, new ways to envision and experience life that has never happened before, because there has never been this degree of commitment to combine all these worlds and all these experiences in this way. And so I hope you'll show up for your sake, because it is going to be incredible. My suggestion is when you look at that sheet that's going to be sent out, or that link, make your commitments few, but keep them all. So we have help. We have plenty of help, or at least we'll see what we've got. But do the things you're really inspired by. Do the things you know you can commit to, because it'll be hard to go back and fill your spot if you can't do it. So, I mean, we'll make it work, but just, take on what you can, and we'll just share responsibilities. So, man, what we're doing is so special, and you being involved is so special. And I have no idea what in the world is going to come of this. It's going to be bigger than anything I can imagine, or the volunteer team can imagine, or that you can imagine. But just by showing up, just by doing the next right step, we are for real building a foundation of community and connection that that's going to support brand new opportunities that have never existed. And that's not just changing the lives of those recovering individuals, but they've got kids, they've got families, and all of these families live in our community. So just know that the little steps you take and the little efforts you make, all of us making them, are going to have a huge impact. I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself, rest, and let's come into the rest of April excited. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.